I think this is the sixth take I've done this because speaking on the matter that I want to talk about today is the feeling of being burned out. And I think most of us know what that feeling is and how it looks like because it's such a particular emotion or sense of being where you truly feel like you don't have the energy or you there is no motivation internally for you to complete something or continue on with something. And for this video, as I was beginning to record it, I started speaking into the mic and it just sometimes felt like I didn't want to, and the ideas weren't flowing that well. And I stopped recording and did it again and again and again until I took a break and started to think about why I couldn't speak correctly for the thing I wanted to say. And then when I realized, I changed the topic entirely to this one. And it's about being burned out, or where you feel like the energy you have for something or the motivation to just sit down and do it isn't there. But the important thing with this is first to recognize and maybe understand why you're feeling burned out. And it's not necessarily due to motivation, because motivation to do everything all at once and just sit down and grind through it all, it's not forever. It comes and goes. It's not something that will always be with you. And I guess you could kind of go into discipline or that whole other side of the conversation. But I want to specifically talk about feeling burnt out and feeling like you don't have it in you at the moment or anymore. And I don't know, it can be that you just overwork yourself and you're just extremely tired and fatigued and need some time to rest, which is perfectly fine, right? If you genuinely look back and you've just been going and going and going and you haven't given yourself time to rest or reflect or basically take some time for yourself away from the task at hand, it can be extremely difficult for your mind to keep up with the thing you're doing. The important thing I argue is it's okay to take time and recuperate. It doesn't have to be a one time huge stride to reach your goal. It's okay to have hiccups. It's okay to start and then reevaluate, start again and slower, figure things out, and then eventually find your stride. Because not everything is just linear. It's not just you start, you work for a month, let's say, and you get your goal. There's going to be setbacks. There's going to be things you realize that work differently or it can be better, and you start over to make it better. And feeling burnout or feeling like you don't have that intrinsic first motivation that you had is perfectly fine. The important thing for this whole matter is to instead of avoiding feeling burnout, you can accept it, and you can use the opportunity of feeling that way to say, okay, I'm feeling burnt out. I feel like I need some time, but you can use it to reflect and try to see the things that you previously did. Try to remember the lessons you learned from the previous things you made. And also, the important thing about feeling burnout is, even if you're feeling like it's weighing heavy, to avoid feeling like this in the future, you can, instead of just putting your head down and not doing anything until it's completed, you can make a plan. You can start to structureize your work and your life and your time so that this particular task or things you want to create can be achieved systematically and not just depending on the motivational aspect, not depending on just starting and you absolutely cannot stop until it's done. It can be a good way to work if you have the specific time frames for it. For example, if you have your day structured where you say, okay, I need to work on this thing, I need to decide and finish this part for today, and it's okay to be hyper focused in those times, but you need to also give yourself and especially your mind some time and space to do other things, recuperate, freshen up, and let it have some time to rest and alleviate some of the stress and thinking, because I think we all know, but being hyper focused and thinking intensely for a while is tiring, and it can be some mental strain, which inevitably tires you overall, and you don't think the same, and that's when you start to feel, especially over days, right, or over weeks. That's when especially you start to say, I'm feeling burnt out with this project. I can't continue it anymore. I'm going to leave it there, and then you eventually never come back to it. But normally, what I think that works best is to create segments for your day. Create segments for the week where you say, okay, Monday I'm going to work on this thing. Tuesday I'm going to work on this, and you can change it up. You can see yourself finding different attention spans and different spaces to hold your attention and work efficiently, so that you can avoid being burned out and continue your project. Also, sometimes we have to learn to work and do the things because if you make a whole system for the week and you're good Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, but come Thursday and you're really not feeling it that day, and you're not feeling that same motivation you had on Monday and Tuesday to complete the work, and maybe Wednesday was kind of neutral, but on Thursday it's just everything inside of you is just not wanting to do it. That's the most important day, because that's the day when you show yourself that you are committed to this, and rain or shine, or if you're tired or not, like in this video, I'm kind of tired after seeing and trying different ideas and different takes on this recording, but that's the day when you show yourself that you're committed, and even if whatever happens, you're gonna stick to the plan that you yourself made, so that you avoid being burnt out. And on the next day, after completing the work that you didn't want to do, you're gonna see that it can be good or bad, or it can be remade. But the fact that you did it and you have something there to show for it makes all the difference. So just keep going and make structure your life and make some plans for the projects you want to create and the things you want to do. But the important thing is to follow through with them and to continue with the actions you propose to yourself and you promise yourself, because that's the things, those are the things which will rewrite your brain and allow you to work better and to be more efficient, to be more internally motivated instead of externally motivated, and allow you to continue going on even if in the moment everything else tells you to stop. So take my example from this video where I tried like 6 different times to record this, and on the 7th I told myself, just don't stop talking, just continue and continue explaining your ideas in your mind, even if it takes you a little bit of time to speak, and even if you have to take pauses, just make sure you finish and say everything you want to say. So if you made it this far, thank you. Maybe this audio recording is a little bit different, but that's part of what I wanted to show myself when recording this. After it's kind of late, and I wanted to record this so I can show myself that even if the ideas aren't particularly flowing, or I'm having a bit trouble doing the actual recording, I can still get through with it. I can still upload a video, and I can keep my schedule to myself and my promise to myself to upload whenever I said I would. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you for sticking all the way to the end of this video if you're here. And thank you so much. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you.